Hello, everybody. Somebody's waiting. Somebody's waiting. Sleepy girl. She gotta have her blue buffalo. We're going with the bacon, egg, and cheese tonight. Hello, Buzzy Pug. Hello, C-Rex. Hello, Sir Philip. Hello, Nana Laura. Don't worry, I didn't forget you. You have 2 more here. She's being so patient tonight. Hello, Bill Crayer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joey Bag of Donuts. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that Nana Laura shared last night her member milestone, and tonight you're sharing yours, and my goodness, it's just insane to believe you guys have been members for almost 2 years. You've been watching me for longer than that, but you know, you remember the whole YouTube thing. That was all 3, baby. You got all 3. You can come up and say hi. You want to come say hi? Tell everybody how much you love them. There's no more. There's no more treats. They're all in your belly. They're in your belly. I know, you couldn't look more thrilled. Well, I need my hand. How else am I going to say hello? Hello, Eileen and Carlin. I wanted to rest my eyes, but I never look quite as cute right after I wake up. So I just decided to come on a little bit early, and I'll get done a little bit early, and then I'll go to bed. Are you kidding me? You sleep with me, you spend all day by my side, you demand pets constantly, and I can't even get this time without having to pet you. Like, what? What? She's pulling me backwards. I love you so much, Ava. I love you so much. Look at that smile. I must have gotten the spot. Look at that smile. Oh my gosh. She would go absolutely crazy. Well, not that she isn't already absolutely crazy, but she would love those. I know when we were sent the gift box from Catherine Gaston, and they had the dehydrated cat treats in them, Ava kept stealing them. If the cats walked away, Ava made sure that they didn't go to waste. Hello, Linda Applegate, honey. Oh, Joey Bag of Donuts, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I bet whoever received it does too. I would certainly appreciate that. Well, it's because we are. I consider all of you guys my friends and family. I mean, heck, C-Rex and Nana Laura, they both adopted me after my mom passed away. And Joey Bag of Donuts, he's been, Ava's crazy uncle forever. He even came and met her. And then we can't forget Sir Philip. He's always been like a grandpa to me. Ava received 2 boxes of the apple and yogurt ones from Jerry, her other crazy uncle. Hello, Sandy Hurd, sweetie pie. Hello, Chris. How you doing, sweetie? You know what? You got you, and that's all I want. Hello, Madam Malum. How you doing, sweetie? I'm so glad you're here too. Do you have gifts turned on for this stream? Because I believe you have to turn gifts on for each creator that you want to receive memberships in. Might be something you want to check. Hello, Wire Mother. Yeah, that's she definitely wants more, but she's not getting more. Hello, Richard Head Honey. Hello, Fargan Vistage. How you doing? Michelle Moreland. Oh, I've missed you, sweetie. It's so good to see you. I was reading your message at the same time I was trying to talk. Yeah, so words just kind of went like that. Hello, Patrick B. I am fantastic. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh, there he is. Hello, Mortimer Duke. Everybody, Mortimer Duke suggested tonight's clip. Well, one of them. And then my brain went, I wonder if there's more to the story. And I went back and I found 2 other hearings that involved the same sweet angel. She sure knows how to put on an act. I love you to pieces. There you go, guys. That's all you need to know. I think so. I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. But I tried for sure. And hopefully more people will just funnel on in. There we go. Congratulations, Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. That is the sweetest thing ever. If you ever need great grandpa tips, talk to Sir Philip. He's done it a time or two. Oh, you're just the sweetest. I don't think he had to do a whole lot of work this time around to become the great grandpa. I think all of his work was done a few decades ago. Yes, Earl, we hear you. All right, you all ready for this?
We are back on the record, calling the matter of Katie Mergley, I think it is.
Hi.
Hi there.
Yes.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, ma'am. Katie Megerly.
All right, Meg. Okay. All right. I'm just looking at your file really quick. Give me a moment to do that. And then I will hear from you with regard to whatever you want to tell me. Give me just a moment. There's a lot here to look through. So, all right, Miss Megerly, what would you like to tell me about your situation?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here today. So about a month, maybe a month and a half ago, I received a letter about some outstanding parking tickets that occurred back in 2023, middle of 2023. I received this letter and opened it and was shocked by it. I knew that I did have a couple of outstanding parking tickets back at the time. I did not realize that it was to this extent. I know back then I definitely did not prioritize them the way I should have, and I understand that was a definite mistake on my part and to let it get to this point. Um, and, it took me a really long time to address this matter. I was kind of struggling financially and had some personal instabilities and, just working 3 jobs, trying to balance it. But more recently, I'm trying to change my life around. I'm going back to school. I've moved back in with my parents just because, the financial struggles were really catching up to me. I know that I saved some of these parking tickets at the time and I kind of put them aside and kind of forgot about it, didn't have the funds to pay them, tried to. I know my track record with the city of Boulder and parking tickets hasn't been very great. But every time this happens, or every time all of this piles on me and I'm not focusing on it, not taking care of it, I try to come in. I understand that this is a problem and, I'm just here today. I've tried to meet with you guys for over a month. My work schedule, my school schedule, it's been really hard for me to try to find a time to come in and meet with you. Um, but yeah, I'm just here today to kind of address this. I'm absolutely taking full responsibility for this, is me disregarding, not making the time or the effort to pay these tickets. And I am looking at this paper and it's just, yeah, it's a lot. And I know my late fees were just stacking up and I really had no idea until recently. I was like, wow, this was back in 2023. It's been a really long time. This is the first letter I've gotten letting me know that it's actually gotten this bad. So, I'm just here to take responsibility and be held accountable. I really want to make this right with the city. My car is very important to me at the moment. I go to school down in Denver. I live in Boulder with my parents, so I know that my car has been on the tow list. I was into the office and spoke to the gentleman who worked at the parking ticket desk. Um, he did take a couple of tickets off for me when I was living up at Pine Street. One of them he took off. I parked super quick to run inside, change, and run back to my other job. Um, I know there was another one on there. I did have a parking permit for Pine Street. However, in the time of when I was living there, my mom actually sold me the car, so my license plate changed. And I did not take the steps to change that on to my parking profile with the city of Boulder. And still, I have yet to come in and show him. It's been very busy for me starting school, just kind of getting on this new path. And so, you know, I'm here and, I'd really like to pay my debts. At the moment, I have about $200 available. I know that this fine is pretty hefty, but I'd like to at least set up a payment plan or something to get this right now that the car is in my name, and it is super, super important for me to just kind of my day-to-days today. So,
Okay. So a couple of things that you mentioned, and I realized you can't see what I'm doing. I was taking notes, which it looked like I wasn't paying attention to, perhaps, but I was.
You were taking notes about all of the issues that she created for herself. And she does sound very, very convincing and so lighthearted and angelic about the whole situation. You almost want to feel like it's not her fault.
So you mentioned that you are no longer living on the hill. You're living with your parents. Where are you living?
I live in South Boulder now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a majority of these tickets that I'm looking at in 2023, when I was speaking to the guy at the counter, I was wondering, I was like, where did these tickets occur? I know one of them, like the Whittier area, but up on the hill, during that time, I was taking a class at CU. I was working up on the hill. I was on the hill pretty regularly. But yeah, I did not realize that it came to this point. I remember receiving a few tickets, setting them aside in my car, but yeah, mhm.
Okay. So you're not living in a parking zone of any sort right now. Where in South Boulder are you?
South Boulder, up in the Devil's Thumb area.
Okay.
I just moved out of my apartment up on Pine Street about a month ago, so very recently.
Okay. So not somewhere where parking's not an issue.
Yes, ma'am.
And it doesn't sound like you're going to the hill very much anymore? Okay. And just for the record, I'm going to have you say that out loud now.
Yes, I am not going to the hill anymore.
All right. Because we have a couple of goals. One, we want to see the city get paid what it's owed. Two, we want to make sure that this doesn't keep happening. And I hear you saying that a lot was going on and that you had 2 jobs and that kind of thing, that you were busy, but everybody's busy. And lots of people have multiple jobs. I mean, the other thing is the tickets that I'm seeing aren't for not paying for parking. It's for overtime at a parking, like it was paid and you stayed too long.
Mm-hmm.
So, you just, I shouldn't say you can't do that and not have consequences. You can do it, but there's consequences, and consequences are that you get a ticket for it. The other ones I see the neighborhood parking pass, one in Whittier, where you're parking somewhere past the whatever the time limit is. There's in some places it's 2 hours, and in other places it's 3 hours. There's another one, neighborhood parking pass in Mapleton, same kind of thing. I see parking where the sign prohibits parking.
Mhm.
And these are, the concern I have is that, this stuff not keep happening. To some extent, it sounds like you're going to school in Boulder, in Denver, you are living in South Boulder, you're not going back to the Hill, but you still live in Boulder. And I assume you're going to go downtown sometimes. And you have to understand, if you don't pay for your parking like you're supposed to, and now these days it's so easy with the parking app. If your parking's running out, you can just add more time. There's virtually no reason to get overtime at a pay station. The neighborhood parking passes, I don't know where you were parked. I don't know if you were hiking Sanitas or whatever for the Mapleton one. But the same idea. There's limits on parking, and if you bust those limits, then there's consequences for it. So when did you call and talk to somebody? You said the guy at the ticket counter. When did you talk to them?
There should have been a note left. I can't say the date for sure. There should have been a note left to where my car was on the tow list. And then when I came in and spoke to him, he made a note under my license plate to not tow my car until I had a chance to speak with the judge. Since then, I've called pretty much every week, almost 3 times a day, trying to figure out when I could either come in, join the Zoom call. Every time there was a scheduled time, I was in school or I was working or something changed and the court got canceled. I know I called about 2 weeks ago, and I'm not sure who it was, but the judge was out of town for like a week and a half, and I wasn't able to speak with anyone there. And so I called back, and I was, worried, still living it down on Pearl Street. Like, I didn't want my car to get towed, and came back in, tried to have another note put in there until I got to speak with the judge, until someone was back. It's been really back and forth. I've had a lot of struggles just trying to figure this out and finding a time.
And I hear you. I hear you saying you're financially struggling, but that's all the more reason not to overstay your time at a meter, because it costs a lot less to pay a few dollars for the meter than it does to pay for a ticket. And then if you're not dealing with the ticket, the late fees on that ticket, looks like a couple of your tickets have been sent to collections, which is not good for the old credit rating, which is really not good for somebody your age. Like I said, you did also mention that you had some of these tickets voided when you spoke to the guy at the counter. So you've already gotten some relief from this. What I'm interested in doing is, with your commitment to me that you're not going to get any more tickets, I'm going to give you a little more relief in terms of I will waive something. I haven't decided yet what. But as far as the rest of it goes, what we need to do is, get the stuff paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hearing you tell me you can pay $200 today. And then what you'll have to do, we don't have payment plans because it is too hard to administer. We have very small staff, and trying to administer all the people who want time to pay, on payment plans is difficult. So what we do is we give you a do not tow. We'll put that in your file, and you have to come back and see us and make some more payment before we will extend it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where are you working now?
Currently I'm looking for a job. I started school about a month and a half ago. I go 5 days a week from 8 to 5. So it's a busy schedule. It's been kind of hard to find a job that works with it, or it can only hire someone for 2 days a week or at night. So still in the process of figuring that out, but
Unfortunately, we're at the time of the year when, there's all the retail places are hiring extra people for the holidays. And I know your mom's been very involved. Is this something your mom can help you out with?
hopefully.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. You had, let's see. With your $200 payment, I'm going to waive one more ticket for you. So that ticket is going to be the oldest one in the system, which is from April 4th of 2023. Am I looking at the right one?
That's what I see.
April 4th.
I was just also going to let you know, yeah, and I thought
These, unfortunately, on this thing do not appear in order.
I didn't put one. It didn't.
That's okay, I'll find it. There it is. So it looks like it's the one ending in 2964, which is our wave. That's a $75 ticket I'm waiving for you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
You are welcome. And then, so that's with the $200 payment today. So that's going to leave you of a balance, let's see, 910 minus 200, about $710. And I hear you that you're looking for a job, but this is how it's going to have to work. You do owe the city money. You are responsible for this. You know that. You've told me that. But we're going to have you back in, and how we generally do it is with a significant payment. The judge, and I'm not always the judge for this, but with a significant payment, often the judge is willing to waive another ticket, that sort of thing. So we're, going to make you come back until it's paid. For the moment, I will add an order to the file not to tow you for another month. Today's the 31st. So what's this Saturday, 4 weeks from now?
4 weeks from now. The 22nd.
4 weeks from now is the 22nd. So you have to come back and see me before the 21st and Thanksgiving is after that, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You have to come back and see me before the 21st or by the 21st of November.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the date, do not tow until the 22nd. The tow date is always on a Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Mm-hmm.
just for your notes, if we have her pay the 2 collections one and then a 75 one, that'll put it to 195. So
I'm sorry, repeat that.
So if we have her pay that one to collections.
Oh, you want those paid first? Okay, that's fine.
Just because that will get us to closer to that $200 mark, it'll be a total of $195.
Okay. So what Sabrina, our court clerk, is telling me is that they prefer that you pay the 2 that have gone to collections first.
Okay.
And so how are we going to do this?
So we can have
So you're going to waive, so 0174 is the one you want to waive?
No, 0174 is what we should have her pay along with the 1087. These are on the second page.
Oh, right. Okay.
To pay, and then we can have her pay the other ticket ending in 4165.
Okay. Hang on. So it looks like it's going to be a $195 payment today.
Okay. And then I see a phone number just popped up in my chat, and I call that to give my card information, I'm assuming.
That's correct.
Okay.
And you said the date was November 22nd. Was
November
Saturday?
22nd is the Saturday. That's correct.
Okay.
Now, I'm genuinely curious, you guys. To me, in this hearing, she comes off as authentically sweet. Are you guys buying it? If we were to judge this hearing on this hearing alone, do you think she's this sweet, innocent little girl that she's portraying? Or can you sense the entitlement and the bubbling up of things to come?
All right, so I'm going to put that note in your file.
Thank you.
And I'll do it after court today, or after court this morning. I've got a few other people who want their cases looked at. But you'll be on the do not tow list on the 22nd. But again, we need to see you back here with a payment. And actually, they could, if you made a significant payment over the phone, they could extend it some. But in order to extend it longer than a week or two, you actually need to come back and see a judge.
Okay.
Okay?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right. We will look forward to seeing you soon, and good luck to you.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Ms. Meggerly, I see that you're on the line.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hi.
So let me pull your case up. Okay. And I saw it in here somewhere, but I lost it, that a payment was made.
Yes, last Thursday or Friday. I can't remember.
Oh, it's in the, okay.
I can show you that too.
Okay, it looks like your mom came in and paid.
Yes, she did. Well, on my behalf,
Understood,
because I was in school.
understood. But a payment was made.
Yes.
I'm not particular about who makes the payment, quite frankly. Again, as you know, what we want to see is we want to see this get paid down. All right, so, and you had a do not tow from me until tomorrow.
Today. Oh, yeah.
It's tomorrow. It's always on Saturday. So with that payment, I am willing to extend your do not tow sum. But when are you going to be able to make the next payment?
Well, currently at the moment, I'm still looking for jobs. I've had a couple interviews yesterday because it's my only
Great.
day
Where'd
off
you
from
interview?
school. I have a couple around town at Boxcar, at the Highland Club, some other restaurants along Pearl Street. But at the moment, I've been picking up some babysitting jobs here and there
great.
for some families I know. So right now, well, I'm down in Denver. Otherwise, I would come in and make a cash payment today, but I'm not off of school until 5.
Understood.
And then next Monday, same situation. I leave Boulder around 6 o'clock in the morning and don't get home until around 6. So Tuesday, however, I am off. And I was wondering if I could possibly come to the counter next Tuesday, I think, which is let me see, the 25th. If I could come in and make that next cash payment then.
That would be fine with me. And how much are we looking at getting?
Hopefully 100 to 150 this time.
That's great. I'm sorry, I'm taking notes down here.
No worries.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to extend your do not tow, and what was that date again? 12/6?
Yeah, 12, December 6th, that's correct.
So we'll see that payment coming. I'm doing that based on the $50 that your mom paid on your behalf. And then with a significant payment, and obviously the more significant the payment, the longer period of time I'm willing to extend it. but you're going to need to reappear, and it'll be this same link. I do see a note in the file that for some reason you kept getting different links. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's this same link. It's the Friday link.
Okay.
I know it says 2021 or something, but that's because it was created in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, it was created then and they put the year on it. So that's why it says 2021. But it's the Friday link. So it would be the same link. And you'll need to appear on December the 5th at 1:30.
Okay.
And we'll look at how much you paid then. We'll talk again about, when you can potentially make your next payment, and we'll go from there.
Okay. And if I'm able to, within the timeline between next week and the 5th, can I come in and make more payments, or should I wait until I speak to you on the 5th?
No. You can certainly make more payments.
Okay.
You can, and what I would do is, if you're going to make more payments, because I will want to, have them, when you come in to make a cash payment, have them come and contact me.
Okay.
Next Tuesday, I will be in a car, but somebody will be able to contact me. And if they let me know how much you paid, I can authorize the do not tow to be extended at that time. It's possible somebody may not be able to reach me, but that's something we can put a note in the system, and they can let me know, and then I can let them know as soon as I'm back on the road. Yeah, but at the very least, something needs to happen by December 5th in terms of an extension, whether you come to see me or whether you're paying more just by cash on other days of the week. So does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put a note in to that effect. Don't tow until December the 6th. I'm also going to put a note that you think you might potentially be able to come in and pay more.
Mm-hmm.
Great. That is excellent news. All right, so you are set for the moment.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And somebody will see you next Tuesday with cash, and they will try to get in contact with me. One way or the other, though, if, we'll get you extended with a payment. Again, how long that is depends on how much you pay.
Right.
Okay?
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Have a good day. And don't lose the link.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Miss Meggerly, I understand it's you online. Give me just a minute. I apologize. My computer has decided to have a mind of its own.
Both vehicles.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Meggerly. I'm back up and running. Again, my apologies to you.
Hello.
Hello. All right. And let me look at my notes from when you were here last. So I do have a note in here that you must have called the court last week.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't see that you made a payment. So you are on the tow list. Unless I'm missing something.
Oh, last Friday, I couldn't make the court. I had planned to, but I had a final at school. And every time 1 o'clock is when I get back to school from lunch. So it was kind of tricky for me that day. I had planned on making a payment, and then I had called, I believe it was Tuesday or maybe Wednesday, and talked to someone about asking for an extension because I wasn't able to make it last week.
Well, you don't have to come to court to make the payment. You can make you can call the court and make a payment over the phone. So
I understand. You guys are just closed on Wednesdays, and I have school from Monday through Friday.
We're not closed on Wednesdays.
I mean, on the weekends. Sorry.
Right. But I mean, you aren't in class from 7:30 to 4:30 nonstop every day, are you?
I am. I have school from 8 to 5.
Right, I understand you're at school, but you're not literally in class nonstop, 7:30 to 4:30.
I have one hour break, but yes.
Okay, and you can call the court during that 1 hour break. Also, I recall you telling me some time ago you had like Tuesdays off or something.
I think the judge's patience are wearing very thin.
No, it is distance learning, but we still have to be on school signed in, almost like Teams, for a full 8 hours that day. And in regards to not being able to make a payment, like I've told you before, I still have not been able to find a job. I've been applying almost every weekend for the past 4 weeks since I spoke to you the first time. And
Yeah, and I'm not sure what kind of jobs you're applying for, but there are jobs out there to be had for certain, especially this time of year. And then last time when you made a payment, you were doing some babysitting and whatnot. I mean, there's people looking for dog walkers. There's people looking, there's plenty of things that you can do. So, we're basically in the same boat we were in last time. I need to see you working down this amount. I mean, what you are essentially suggesting is that as long as you're in school, you should have an indefinite, time where you don't have to pay.
no, not at all. I think just under the circumstances and how I came to these tickets from it being from 2023 and just now getting a notice, it has been quite a ride, understanding that I never got a notice before this. Even a few went to collections, I still did never receive a notice. I paid for each of the parking tickets and was overtime. I understand. I take full responsibility for that, but in this situation that I am currently in right now, not having a job, not being able to go out and search a job during normal business hours, it is making it very difficult.
There's Uber, there's Uber Eats, there's all kinds
I do
of
not
different
have
things.
money to spend on gas. I drive to Denver back and forth every single day, 5 days a week. It is very difficult.
I hear you, but it is other people manage it. I hear you. You keep telling me you can't find a job, and
Ma'am, I've
I just
walked
have
into 3 of the grocery stores in this town and handed them a paper resume. I cannot get a call back. I've applied to gas stations, ma'am, and I still have not gotten calls back. I don't understand. I've been to almost every restaurant on Pearl Street walking in. I cannot find a job. I understand that there are ways, but I do not have the time to go out of my way, try to find a babysitting job for someone who does need help watching a children during normal business days when people go to work.
No, I understand that, but I wasn't asking you to be somebody's nanny. People go out on Friday night or Saturday night or what have you.
I get back to Boulder at 7 o'clock at night with traffic.
But essentially what you're saying is as long as I'm in school, I shouldn't have to make a payment. Because
No,
you're saying you don't
ma'am,
have,
but-
let me finish. Because you're saying I don't have time, I can't do this. As far as I know, people don't take paper resumes anymore. What they want is you to apply online. So that could be why you're not getting a call back.
I do both, miss. I go on Indeed and Glassdoor and every single thing. I apply online, walk in, and hand them a resume. I understand. I understand that I do need to make payments. I have been making payments. It's just,
It's been some time since you've made a payment. And when you made a payment last, it was $50. And the payment you made before that your mother made on your behalf was $50. So, what you're asking me is just to give you an extension.
an extension until I can find a decent job that works within my schedule for me to actually find work.
But you've been looking for months and you're saying you can't find anything.
No,
So-
I cannot.
So
Most people do not hire someone who is only available on the weekends.
I think a lot of places this time of year in particular would want people who work on the weekend because other people don't want to work on the weekends.
It's the only time that you make money. I'm not too sure. It's just, I'm kind of out of options here.
And that's certainly
asking me
true.
to-
That's certainly true for restaurants. It's the only, that's when you make the most money. I get that. But if you're talking about a retail job, it doesn't pay any differently on the weekends than it does during the week. So.
Well, like I said, I'm not too sure how to go about this. I have no money, so
How are you eating every day?
I actually have an EBT card that I had to apply for.
You have an EBT card.
Yes, ma'am. I've explained this to you before, and I find it very
You have
insulting.
not told me before that you have an EBT card.
I
but-
just had to apply for it last week with my friend who goes to CU Denver, who is getting her master's in sociology, who is a social worker. I am in a very, very difficult position. And like I said, you requesting me to go ask help from other people, I feel like it's very unfair for you to think that I actually have that type of support in my life.
The only reason I suggested that was because your mother has made several phone calls to the court on your behalf. So, and you're living with her and she came down here to make a payment for you. So yes, I suggested that because, it seemed like she was supporting you. And it was just a suggestion. Maybe you could do this. So I'm certainly not mandating that that's what you must do, but it would be a way to make a payment if you're able to do that. I mean, clearly your mother's very involved. All right, here's what we're going to do. Without a payment, I'm going to extend your do not tow until after the Christmas holiday. But you need to be very clear that it's not getting extended further beyond that unless and until you make a substantial payment. You've got to pay this off, which means you need to spend the next 3 weeks continuing to look for a job. I don't know, maybe you get some money for Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Maybe you can pick up some babysitting, maybe you can do some dog walking, whatever. But this just can't go on continuously with you saying, I can't find anything, and I shouldn't have to make a payment because I can't find anything. You understand?
Yes.
What's the date in January, Nick? The first date after the 5th.
First date after the 5th. The 5th is a Monday,
Yes.
so the following Friday would be the 9th.
Okay. So I will extend the do not tow until the 10th. And I will tell you that we have parking add-ons next week. And then we don't have it again until the 9th of January. And I'm sorry you feel like I'm being unfair to you. And I know your mother's made that, basically said that the court's being unfair to you too. And I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry both of you feel that way. But, you were saying you didn't have notice, but you got the tickets. You had notice when you got the tickets. So, and you have, you've told me more than once that you understand you did it and it's your responsibility, which it is. So.
Don't you guys remember that part? I'm taking full responsibility for my actions, Your Honor. I know I got these tickets and I didn't prioritize them like I should have. And now look at her. Now, and we hear where she gets it from. Because not only has she been calling and harassing the court, trying to get more of it knocked down, but even her mother is calling in and saying, "You're not being nice to my baby girl. You should give her a break." Exactly.
But this will get you through the end of the year and through basically the first week, a little over the first week of the new year. But no further extensions without payment. We've got to get this balance down. Okay. All right. So good luck to you finding a job. I hope you do find one. I mean, for this reason and other reasons, it sounds like, you could use the income generally. But in the meantime, have a nice holiday. We'll see you in the new year. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Daniel Lee Rickman.
The court then calls the matter of People versus Daniel Lee Rickman. This is file number 25-2324FY.
Crawford County Prosecutor Sierra Coke on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Trush appearing on behalf of Mr. Rickman. By way of arraignment, we would waive a reading of the complaint and stand mute to the charges. He has been screened and approved for counsel. Mr. Thompson will be appointed on that matter. We would be prepared to waive the 21-day rule today.
Mr. Rickman, I'm Judge Colin Hunter. You can see that there's no video of me, and I don't know why that is. We're trying to fix that issue with Zoom. So the attorneys have agreed already that they don't have an objection to me proceeding just with audio only. I am recording the session as is required. Do you have any objection to the court proceeding in that way?
No, sir. No, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Rickman, you have a couple of different options. I can certainly proceed with an arraignment, but I want to make things crystal clear to you. If ultimately I'm assigned to this case, I would ultimately disqualify myself. The alleged victims in this matter include Teresa Hill, who's a magistrate, a referee, as well as the court administrator for Kalkaska County. She's a direct employee of mine. She works for me as a court administrator. I'm the chief judge at the 3-county circuit. Because of that, and because I have some individual knowledge of the facts concerning these allegations, I would ultimately remove myself from this case. I'm making myself available for the arraignment, however, because I think that you do have an entitlement to be arraigned timely. The difficulty for you is that given the circumstances, probably the other judges in the circuit would also disqualify themselves. And so what that means is I can do one of two things. I can not even arraign you today, if that's your choice, and I can get a different judge to be able to arraign you. I don't know how quickly that would come together, because when we have arraignments and when we have different judges assigned, it has to go through a different system called the Supreme Court Administrator's Office. And that takes time. We're sitting here on a Friday afternoon, and my concern is that if we go that route, you would not be arraigned until probably next week. My offer to you is this. I will either arraign you if you're willing to have me arraign you today, even though, as I told you, I would not ultimately accept this case if it's assigned to me, or I can make arrangements to have a different judge arraign you. Mr. Trush, did you have a view on how that should happen?
Your Honor, from discussing this with Mr. Rickman, I think we would prefer to proceed to the arraignment today.
All right. Ms. Coe, do you have any objection to that process?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I hear some repetition, and I don't know what's happening with our system, Mr. Rickman.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask Mr. Trush a question right quick.
Well, I can have you in a breakout room to do that. You're asking for some legal advice.
It's not legal advice. I was just going to see if he could try for the PR bond, as it would be difficult for me to get the funds. I have a check waiting in the office at work to pick up, but I would have to go get it and cash it and those other things. So I was just trying to see if we could we will have your attorney certainly argue, but the first question is whether or not you want me to proceed with the arraignment, even understanding that ultimately I'll disqualify myself if this matter is assigned to me. Do you want me to proceed? Mr. Trush? Is,
Your Honor, it might be best to have a quick breakout room with him.
We're gonna do that. We'll be back with both of you soon. Mr. Trush, I'll give you a couple of moments. If you end the breakout room on your end, I'll know that you're ready to proceed. Otherwise, we'll give you 5 minutes. Give me a moment to get that breakout room set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you, Your Honor.
Ready, Mr. Rickman? No, the choice is yours. I can arraign you today, or I can arrange for a different judge to arraign you. The reason I'm giving you that choice again is because I would ultimately disqualify myself from this case, giving the alleged victims and the claims that were made, and the fact that I have some personal knowledge of those because I was informed as my role of the chief judge of those threats that were allegedly made. And so ultimately, I would not hear this case, but I'm willing to arraign you today because, as I stated before, it's a Friday afternoon, and the process is probably not very fast to have any other judge step in to arraign you. So that's why I'm giving you the option. That's unique. It's not normal. Mr. Trush, did you have a chance to talk to Mr. Rickman about those different options?
I did, Your Honor. And I went over with him again that if we did not conduct it today, it would likely be into next week before he would be able to be arraigned, and the impact that would have on his ability to post a bond. And we are prepared to go forward today.
All right. And Ms. Koch, are you prepared to go forward today as well?
Yes, Your Honor, but I'd also like to, I spoke to Mr. Trush, and I let him know this, for the same reasons that the court is probably going to conflict off. I work with 2 of the 4 victims. I did charge it because there's not a mechanism to get somebody appointed that quickly and have him arraigned here in this county. We have filed our petition with the Attorney General's office for a reassignment to a different county. But I am present today so that we can get him arraigned and he has an opportunity to get bond.
Wow. So the judge can't be a part of it. The prosecutor can't be a part of it. I wonder what this guy did.
Mr. Trush, were you aware of that fact as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you still asking the court to move forward with an arraignment despite that fact as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rickman, do you have any questions about those things?
No, Your Honor.
Did you have a
Thank
chance
you.
to read the complaint, and do you understand the nature of the allegations that have been made against you?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you understand the maximum penalties that are listed in the complaint?
I do, Your Honor.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say on the open court record or in writing can be used against you. You have a right to a preliminary exam, and you have a right to be represented by counsel. The purpose of the preliminary examination is to determine whether or not there's probable cause to believe that a felony was committed and probable cause to believe that you committed it. You have a right to have that hearing within 21 days. I'll accept Mr. Trush's representation that Mr. Thompson is going to be appointed to represent you, and I'm going to set out some dates for your benefit. Then finally, I'm going to hear from the attorneys about bond. I'm going to set a felony pretrial for you on January 6th of 2026. That's at 1:00 p.m. That's a required hearing that you will be at, so will your attorney. You're then going to have the preliminary examination scheduled for January 27th of 2026 at 2:00 p.m. However, again, as probably can be predicted by the attorneys and by you, Mr. Rickman, those dates and times may change. I don't know whether or not Judge Burmeister is going to accept this case or not. That's up to him. But if they change, if it changes to a different judge, those dates and times may change as well. So for that reason, it's extremely important that you stay in very good contact with Mr. Thompson so that he can advise you of any change in scheduling dates. Do you have any questions so far?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Koch, as to bond, did you have argument for the court?
The statements that Mr. Rickman made on the internet, they're sort of futuristic in some of them. Some of them are current, but they're very concerning. I probably could have charged him differently in a couple of different ways and even considered charging him under the terrorism statute. I charged him with these counts because I thought they were most applicable to the facts. A different prosecutor, when reviewing them, may change them. His criminal history is limited. He has 2 prior, one domestic violence and 1 minor case that were dismissed. I don't know how they were dismissed or what in fashion, but they're old. I have no personal knowledge of Mr. Rickman, either professionally or personally, so I have very little knowledge to add in that regard. But I do find his statements concerning, and I hope that whatever the bond is that Mr. Trush discusses with him, getting some mental health evaluation. My primary request for bond is to make sure that there's a no contact with all of the victims listed. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Trush?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rickman has substantial contacts to the community. He has worked at his job for McLean and Sons for the last 5 years. He's been in the community for the last 10 years. His daughter lives in Grayling. Most of his family lives in Mayo. He has substantial connections to the community. He reports that he's always appeared for court in the past. Again, he reports to me that he does not have any convictions on his record, but it does sound like he did have some involvement in the court system. It sounds like he's always appeared for his hearings in the past. I would suggest to the court that a low bond is appropriate. I would suggest a PR bond. What I had written down was a $5,000 PR bond. I think that would be an appropriate amount of bond. And I would echo the sentiment from the prosecutor that I think protective conditions are important. We would not object to the no contact conditions being put in place. But I do think that in this circumstance, given his connections to the community and his likelihood of appearance, that a PR bond or a low cash bond would be appropriate. Thank you.
Mr. Rickman, a PR bond is absolutely not appropriate in this case, and I won't consider it. You had allegedly made several different threats to kill numerous individuals, some of them connected with the court system and some of them not connected with the court system directly. But those individuals have a right to be protected, and you have a right to have a bond set which reflects the risk that you pose and that you posed in writing on the internet and on social media to the general public safety in this community. I don't take lightly those types of allegations, and I don't think a PR bond would speak to any type of communication or message that it is taken seriously. I will specifically order that you not have any contact with, assault, harass, intimidate, beat, molest, wound, or threaten any of the following individuals, including Teresa Hill, Wendy Robinson, Andrea Rickman, and Jacqueline Beverly Spencer. You also cannot enter the home, school, or workplace of any of those individuals. The sole exception to that requirement is for purposes of court, meaning you're certainly permitted to attend court proceedings, but you must do so in respectful manner at all times. If you have hearings before referee Hill, then you must appear and be respectful at all times.
Oh my, that is one way to guarantee you're not getting a PR bond. Someone needs to inform this guy that the First Amendment, it doesn't cover terroristic threats or threats to unalive court people, judges. That's how you spend the rest of your life in prison.
I will also order that you report to Callie Anderson. She's our pretrial services case manager. You'll be screened through her, and she'll be setting up times for you to report. You cannot use alcohol, marijuana, or illegal controlled substances, and you must report to that court agency pretrial services program immediately upon your release and then at every interval that they suggest or order. I don't find, again, that these circumstances dictate any PR bond. Instead, I find that a high amount of cash or surety bond is appropriate given the allegations that you threatened to kill multiple individuals. The court will set a $50,000 cash or surety bond because of the seriousness of the events which gave rise to these allegations.
Who does that on the internet? Who posts that stuff and thinks that there won't be repercussions? My mind is absolutely blown away by this. I don't understand how someone can, for one thing, to speak those kind of threats is one thing, but to type them and put them out on the internet where millions of people are going to see them, screenshot them, and contact the local offices, because that's what people do nowadays.
Do you have any questions regarding any of those no contact issues or any of the other bond terms or conditions, Mr. Rickman?
I don't, Your Honor.
Mr. Trush, do you have any further record that you'd like to make on this case?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Koch, anything further?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rickman. I'll get a copy of the bond and your orders to appear to the jail for your benefit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Rickman, if you could be so kind, please let jail staff know that we're ready on the other individuals that need to be arraigned.
I can, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Officer Suter?
Up there?
Yes, I believe so.
The next one?
Yes, so.
Can the guys in here do me a favor? Can you guys let Palmy know that I am actually quite sweet to you guys? He has this wild notion that I just hate all men. I don't know where he gets that from. He's such a butthead. He really is. Yeah. You should see some of the stuff he texts me. You just wait till you're living closer, buddy. Yeah, that's absolute the truth. So many people forget that. For those of you who are not familiar with Palmy speak, for one, I mean, it fits the bill. You wouldn't think it's wrong. But he actually said, I have seen your search history. But yeah, we all know you have seen your search history, Palmy. Yeah. Oh, correct. I will take a wooden rod to your feet. I know that was the best. That was Michigan. It was in Judge Colin Hunter's courtroom, if that helps. I don't know the district or the courtroom number, but I mean that should narrow it down, and I don't remember the dude's name. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. Actually, for you, it's more like how about you get comfortable lying on the couch and tell me who hurt you? They're my Webster glasses. They don't actually have lenses in them because they were my mother's. But these whenever I run Webster, I put the glasses on. Don't take what seriously? Palmy? Oh, I don't. He's one of my closest friends. He absolutely will. Come here, Earl. Maybe not. Billy's right there too. I knew what you meant, but I only English teacher Palmy. Jerry must be back in the hospital or something. It's unique for him to not be here. Oh. She knew. She's seen me wear them before. Don't be sorry. Quit it. I used to take Palmy a little too seriously, and then I just stopped caring. Billy, Earl, what's up, guys? Why are you down there? What if I kitty kick your butt? I didn't even get there. By she, he's not talking about me. I know. It's the one surefire way to get the cats to come here. As they exit. Oh, no, there he is. Hi, buddy. Hey. You want some treats, baby boy? Billy, would you like some? Billy's actually been getting his butt kicked by Tiny Kitten Esquire tonight. Deservedly so, though. He starts it, but he then walks very sheepishly into the room. Here, buddy. Oh, his pride's hurting. His pride. I might actually need to give him a kitty pain pill tonight. Thank you. They are so much fun. I'm gonna upload that security video to Discord. Maybe I could upload it to the channel. Patrick, keep your eye open for a short coming with the cats. It's so funny. It's so cute. All right, guys. I am going to take off. Thank you all so much. Sorry, I had to cough. I've never heard of the backyard barbecue flavor of those treats, Vargan. I've never heard of that. They are, Bill. They are the best. What do you mean that's all? I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes, dork. I was tired when I started. I love you guys all so much. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.